Hello and welcome to today's edition of 10 with Ben, your daily 10 minutes with me, your guy, Ben K, coming to you from my office on the showroom floor of Mazda of Palm Beach. We're going to start, as we always do, with the daily baseball reference Immaculate Grid. We're going to transition into whatever it is I feel like talking about. Actually, today might be a short one. Today might be a grid-only day as I've got some meetings coming up, but we'll see where it goes. Let's get started with the baseball reference Immaculate Grid. For those of you just joining us, unfamiliar with the Immaculate Grid and this terrible glare on it, it is a daily 9-square grid where we need to match the player throughout the history of baseball to the intersecting spot on the grid. There are 9 squares on the grid. We will get 9 guesses. Cannot use the same player twice. And if we go 9 for 9, we will have an Immaculate Grid, in which case we'll be assigned a rarity score. The lower the rarity score, the more elite and unique your baseball knowledge is. The higher the score. Good job going 9 for 9. You've got an Immaculate Grid. Your answer's pretty common. We're in for a treat today. As you can see, we have the Boston Red Sox on the grid. So let's get started. A player who played for both the Boston Red Sox and Kansas City Royals at some point in their career. I am going to go with supper time, Jeff Suppan. A player who played for the Boston Red Sox and Seattle Mariners. I could go to my old standby, Carl Everett. My brother Joe, he knows. Love that Carl Everett. But I'm going to go a little more obscure than that. Former backup catcher John Marzano. A player who played for the Boston Red Sox that had 300 career saves. Now, the Red Sox have had a lot of guys with 300 career saves, including recently, right? Kenley Jansen, Craig Kimbrell. Throughout history, they've had Dennis Eckersley and Rick Aguilera, Jeff Reardon, and Lee Smith. I feel like Aguilera would be an obscure guess, but we got to find those guys who had 300 career saves that had a little tiny cup of coffee with the Red Sox maybe toward the end of their career. Wasn't even the closer. Todd Jones comes to mind. Billy Wagner. I think a lot of people forget that Billy Wagner. Should I go Todd Jones? I think a lot of people forget that Billy Wagner pitched for the Red Sox at the end of his career. Well, not that many people. 3% guessed it. Player who played for the Cincinnati Reds and Kansas City Royals. Well, I'll stick with the Red Sox theme. Failed prospect Todd Benzinger played for both of those teams, I believe. I'm sure, yes. Cincinnati Reds and Seattle Mariners. I'll go to one of my old standbys, Roberto Kelly. And a player who played for the Cincinnati Reds and had 300 career saves. Now, the Reds are another team that had a lot of guys with 300 career saves. Randy Myers, John Franco, Lee Smith. I'm sure another big one that I'm leaving out. You know what? I'm pretty sure Todd Jones pitched for the Reds, too, toward the end of his career. Let's go Todd Jones. That's the correct answer. All right, final square here. Played for the Angels and the Royals. Wally Joyner comes to mind. Kevin Apier or Kevin Tappan? Come on, think, Ben. Catcher. Jorge Fabregas. It might be George Fabregas. Definitely spelled the Jorge way. Yes, that's correct. Player who played for the Angels and the Mariners. I'm going to go with Adam Kennedy. Adam Kennedy. That is correct. And a player who played for the Angels that had 300 or more career saves. Now, of all these teams, that have had players with 300 or more saves. I feel like the Angels right up there, right? Percival, Frankie Rodriguez, Francisco Cordero, Brian Harvey, I don't think had 300. They had Lee Smith on that squad. Ready for this one? Jason Isringhausen. All right, well, Jason Isringhausen got us to a rarity score of, was that 10? I don't know, it went away, but it was 10, so not quite single digits, but not bad. I hate to wrap this thing up at the 5-minute mark. As I mentioned, I have a meeting that I have to get to. I'm just going to say this, right? Gut-wrenching, heartbreaking loss for the Red Sox last night in Colorado. Fought back, got it to extra innings, took a 2-run lead in the 10th, gave it up, lost in 12, I believe, 4 in a row now, coming out of the All-Star break. 7 games over 500, 2 games out of a playoff spot. A lot of people are talking about, have they gone, sorry, plug in my laptop here. Have they gone from buyers to sellers? The answer is no. They're buyers. What's shown us here is that we need high leverage bullpen help, right? I don't know who's out there. Also, interesting note on the starting pitching market, old friend James Paxton DFA'd by the Dodgers yesterday. Not really due to poor performance. They've got Clayton Kershaw coming back to make his season debut off the IL. Tyler Glasnow coming off the IL. Paxton can't be outrighted to the minors, so they have to put him through the DFA process. I don't know that he clears waivers. I mean, veteran starting pitching, tough to come by. If he does, or if the Red Sox claim him, we'll see if they work that out. Also, interesting DFA yesterday, also in Ty France. I know we've been talking about the Red Sox looking for a versatile infielder, right-handed bat with some pop. That's Ty France. Not a shortstop, but plays first, plays second, plays third. Is a right-handed bat, does have some pop. So keep an eye on both of those guys. I'm going to cut it short. Thank you for watching today's edition of 10 with Ben. Make sure to like, subscribe. Tell your friends, tell them to like, subscribe, and tell their friends. This has been another episode of 10 with Ben.